All right, let's see if maybe this is working. Maybe finally working. We'll find out. Let's pull up the chat so I can see that. Again, I think maybe I finally got my audio situated, at least as far as levels go. I think maybe I got that figured out. It'd be interesting to find out what you guys think. Just got a wow. I got a text here. I might be trading my Les Paul for a Friedman BE 100. That would be kind of a sweet deal, I think, man. Dude's offering me that, a Splon and a Sir Badger, I believe is the other amp. But the BEOD would be the one that I would be really interested in trying above anything else. And today I wanted to talk about my appreciation for the Laney AORs, as well as the Doom songwriting course I was putting together. But I kind of wanted to give it a minute and see if anyone might show up before I spend too much time talking about it and nobody's here. I'd gotta say I dig that tone a lot more than the. I've been using the HX Stomp for a long time, and not really using my amps much. But whenever I go back to the amps, I'm like, man, it is way better than that Stomp. It's just how I feel. Could be wrong, but that is my opinion on the situation. Turn the volume down there. Pulling up a chat just so I can see if anybody pops in. I should probably schedule these, but I don't. I will once I get all the kinks worked out, and I think I finally got them worked out. Like, I feel like the audio is finally acceptable level-wise. If anybody's out there, tell me what you think. If the voice and the guitar has a good matchup. Because looking at the levels, it's finally right. The past 2 weeks I tried this, the vocals were very like, not the vocals, the voice super low, guitar was super high. But looking at levels now, it looks like it's better. And for this tone, that's the Laney AOR with a Frost Giant Big Fuzz, the Black Russian version. That pedal's so damn good. With that amp, that pedal, yeah. I need to get the Osiris next because his pedals, he has an AOR, so his pedals always seem to work really well with that amp. Maybe it's one of the amps that he used to test it with. I don't know, but they always sound great on that amp. But let me message this guy about the BEOD real quick, cause I would definitely trade that Les Paul for the BEOD. And a Splon 40, I don't know, I might do it for a Splon 40 too, but I don't know about that for sure if I would actually want to do that. Splons, I don't know, they just seem like they might be harder to flip down the road if you wanted to change for something else. Harder than a Friedman would be anyway. Yeah, and this guitar is in D standard. If you're in a room full of guitar players and you're in D standard, then you're probably in the weakest tuning in the room. Unless there's a guy there that's in E standard, then you're in the second weakest tuning in the room. But I need to get some strings. I want to set it up for C, because originally I had it set up for E flat, but I'm not going to play E flat much, so I might as well put it in C where most of my other stuff lives. So yeah, the songwriting course thing, I mean, might as well just start talking about it. Is I recorded the first one today. It's gonna be more of like a Black Sabbath sleep uh, type of vibe, and if it gets like received pretty well, I might do more. I wanted to do one that was just kind of more like a cursory surface level video, just to see if it does well. If it does well, I'll do more, because I want to do like a traditional Candlemass style one too. I want to do like a black metal thing. I want to do death metal ones, because I may not be the best player, but I feel like I can write decent material, and for somebody that's trying to get into writing, that could be very helpful to them. But yeah, man, the Laney AOR, that's the amp that we're using right now. The AOR is probably it's a very finicky amp. Like it's got its problems, man. It's a problem child for sure. But what it does really well, man. It's I've never found a pedal that you can put into it that it doesn't like. Like it takes pedals like nobody's business. And we're on the AOR channel, I think. Let me see. Yeah, we have the AOR mode engaged because there's like two gain structures, but we're on the fuzzier gain structure, and we have the big fuzz on top of it. That's why I'm saying we. I have the big fuzz going on top of the AOR channel in that amp, and it's just it takes us like it doesn't fall apart. Like a lot of amps will collapse when you do that, when you get real high gain, and then put the muff on top of it. But this amp, like I said, it takes every pedal. It takes HM2s great. Overdrives like the SD1, the Bauer Power, things like that. It takes everything good, man. The Baghdad, it takes the Baghdad great. Like that with the big muff on it, well, the big fuzz. It it just blends in well with the gain structure on that amp. Like it doesn't fart out and get collapsed or anything. It's really cool how that amp just takes everything. But they are noisy motherfucking amps, man. So if I turn off the pedal, let's see if I can get that done. Just the amp by itself. You can tell that it's not that much different than the muff being stacked on. We could put the AOR power on that, which is basically like an SD1 type pedal, if you've never used it. Okay, so we have the AOR power on it now. But yeah, so like again, like I was saying about that Doom chorus, I wrote an entire song for it. I break down the riffs. I talk about the scale choices that are being used in it, why you would want to use those scales. I talk about how you choose your guitar tone, drum tone, all that stuff, like how to put it all together, so that for somebody that's just getting into it, they don't buy the wrong equipment. Because if you're trying to get, a good fuzzy doom tone, then you're probably not going to want a 6505 or a rev generator. You might want something more like an Orange or, that Laney back there. And it's, like I said, if that video does well, I'll do more of them. But I don't want to do like a big, huge, like in-depth video that 5 people actually watch, So I did like a short one. I think it's gonna be like 15 minutes, 18 minutes when I get done with it all together, because I'm editing it later tonight to see how it goes. And I got a pedal in the mail for anybody that's actually here. I don't know if there's anybody here, but this pedal I got is it's pretty insane, man. It's the spell book. I gotta figure out how to make a demo of this. This pedal is this pedal is very, very strange, man. The way this thing works is not like any other pedal you've probably ever used. Well, I take that back. Any other pedal I've ever used. This is a self-oscillating synth. What's up, man? And being a self-oscillating synth, what's really weird about it, I guess not weird because it's called self-oscillating, right? As soon as you turn it on, it just starts oscillating, and then you could use this toggle switch in the middle to go between like octaves or whatever, and you can use the other controls to kind of so you can kind of make like little melodies out of it, but then you can play guitar over it while it's still droning out the oscillation behind you, so it kind of sounds like a fuzz, but not really. So I'm just really trying to figure out what to do with this to make it a useful video instead of just making it go wee, you know. But it's definitely an interesting one. Yeah, I must have done it early tonight, Tone Kill, because usually there's people in here. Well, not usually. I've only done it like 3 times, but I think I normally start like at 9. And yeah, this is usually about like 10, 15, 20 people in here. Nothing to brag about or anything, but yeah, so right now it's the Doom Saloon in the Ghost Town. But this oscillating synth thing, I don't know if there's a way to make one where like it doesn't oscillate all the time. Like you could turn it on. I guess you'd have to build one to bypass the oscillation circuit, and you have 2 foot switches. So you have like your guitar tone running through it, and then you could turn it on for oscillation, but that would be the same thing as just having it off, right? I was trying to figure out what you could do to this to make it a bit more user friendly, I guess would be what to say. And then maybe tell the builder that like, hey man, you could maybe make like a deluxe versions like this, but I got to figure out what I want to do with that video, man. Yeah, this could be something that you might be like really interested in, like doing your own kind of version of, because it has the start and end button is like a low-high filter. Then it has like a mids knob. It has what's called content, and content is it's like the wee part of it. Then there's the volume. Then there's the toggle that's a 1, 2, 3 thing. So you have like your regular, your octave up, octave down type thing. So I'd be interested to see a way to make this thing, cause like to make it where the square wave is blended in with your tone, and then you need like an oscillation, self-oscillating switch, so you could make it just do it if you wanted to, but not do it when you, if it makes sense, you know, like have that square wave going, but not oscillating until you kick the oscillation switch, if that's possible. That's the other thing about the Laney AOR too, is people think they're like Doom amps, which they are. They're great fucking Doom amps, but they're also great metal amps. They're also like great 80s amps because I mean they're an 80s amp, right? But so wait, yeah, it could do so much stuff. And then the clean channel on it, it's probably one of the coolest clean channels I've ever used. It's cool because you still get those amps for like, guys will try to sell them to you for like $1,300, but wait it out and get them for like 7 all day long. I don't know if there's a way to actually mod that amp to where you could use the clean channel, well, the low sensitivity channel and the high sensitivity channel, so you could use it like as a 3-channel amp basically, because you have your clean, you have your high sensitivity, then you have your high sensitivity with an AOR, which you can use the 2 high sensitivity channels, foot switchable. But there's a way to mod it to make the low sensitivity also foot switchable. That amp would be fucking the shit, man. It's sorry, I'm unplugging the guitar to put the other one in. It's like old Marshall amps that have like the high and low sensitivity channels, like the 2 independent channels, and you can plug into one, plug out, plug into other. So that part is not foot switchable. That part is just an input switch. Like you could plug in input 1, input 2 basically. But then the AOR, which is the gainiest mode, that one's foot switchable. So if there was just a way to make input 1 also foot switchable, that would be great. Feel like going back to a C-tune guitar. I haven't tried the AB thing, but I don't think that amp is designed to where the AB will work. I think that's what I read, I think, is the way it's designed, it doesn't work that way. I got an ABY switch. I should try it later and see what happens. That amp just loves, like, it loves down-tuned guitars all day long, man. Go back to the Frost Giant pedal, though. But yeah, that pedal you made, and the Frost Giant Big Fuzz, and the Bauer Power, those are the 3... That's my 3 main pedals. Everything else on my board, I could throw away. Like, HM2, I don't want to say throw away. The HM2, I just use every now and then. The Baghdad and the Martyr, those are things that I love to use, but I just want to pull them out every now and then. But if I had to like only have 3 pedals, that would be the 3 I want. The one you made, the Big Fuzz, and the Bauer Power. Because those 3 cover everything I need. That's what I was thinking, yeah, that the ABY thing wouldn't work on that amp. It's really a shame. I don't know if there's... That would probably be like too much of a in-depth mod to be done. They'd probably have to like rewire the whole thing because of the way, you know, the components are routed or whatever. So just gotta buy 2, right? Then then I could channel switch both amps. Like here's the clean one and then here's the other one. That'd be the way to go. But if I could pull up, I feel like playing through the song that I wrote for the songwriting video. Let's see if this actually works. It may not work very well this way. Hey, Randy. Yeah, relay would be good if it worked. Should not try to do the vocals though. So anyway, yeah, that's basically most of the track that I made for that video. It's kind of weird. I wrote that today. I wrote it today, recorded it today, made the video today. It was surprisingly fast, which is why it's kind of such a monotonous track. But I was just surprised, like how quickly I was able to write it, remember how to play it, perform it, mix it down, and then make the video. Like it happened really, really quick. It was just kind of a shock. Randy, didn't you go on like a pretty sweet ass vacation recently? Or are you still on that? Yeah, man, I saw those pictures and I was hating you. I was like, man, dude, this guy's getting to do every fucking cool thing out there. Yeah, I'm thinking about next month paying for the like deluxe package to go see King Diamond, but then in October I'm hoping to go see Boris on the amplifier worship thing. Oh hell yeah. Yeah, because all the places you were going, I bet you did have to save for 2 years because you were like on a mega ass cool ass trip, dude. Like I was enjoying. I don't think I really responded, but I meant to a couple times. But I was enjoying seeing the pictures that you put up. I missed what you said up there, Tone. If you're still here, yeah, that's cool, man. Can't wait to see like I know what the enclosure looks like, so I can't wait to see the final product though. Like when it's actually done, it'd be like swing time. I gotta do another video too. I don't know if you can see it. The where's it at? Right there. That's an Origin 50 on top of the Laney, and a lot of people really hate that amp, but they hate that amp because you have to dial it in very stupidly to make it like for like the Doom type thing. You have to really dial it in dumb. You got to dial it in with the tilt all the way to the bass side, which kind of makes sense, you know, because we're doing a very low end heavy genre. So you do that, but you don't want to crank the bass because the bass, when you crank it, it gets too flubby, if that makes sense. And then the presence, you want to back off the presence, but you need to get the master up to about 7 or 8 to really make it over the top. You know? And once you do that, crank the mids, and it's a fucking killer Doom amp, but it's just really, like I said, really weird the way you gotta to make it work. Oh hell yeah, it's gonna be like screen printed and shit too. Nice. Yeah, I wish I had a guy here. Like, see, I was gonna buy a 5150. Um, no, actually, I bought it. That's what it was. I bought the 5150, and the local amp tech I have here, like, I can't say I don't like the guy because I've never met the guy, but the few times I've talked to him on Messenger, I don't like talking to him because it seems like any amp, you're like, hey man, I need to get this fixed. Unless you're playing like a Marshall from the 60s and 70s or something, he's like, I don't got time for that shit. That's a piece of shit amp. And it's like, cool, it's a piece of shit amp, but I want to pay you, to like replace a component in that piece of shit amp. But he refuses to touch things that he doesn't enjoy, which is kind of a weird. Well, I don't know. I guess if you can afford to do your business that way, then it's cool. But it's just weird to turn somebody down. No, I don't know who that is. It's Dave the amp guy. And in the St. Louis area, he's pretty like people seem to love him. So I don't know. Maybe I've just had bad experiences, and I messaged him on days that he wasn't feeling the best or something. But yeah, he's like, nah, man, fuck that amp. And I'm like, well, okay, well, fuck you too. Yeah, I messaged this guy back too about the Friedman BOD. Let's see here. Yeah, he wants to, like I said, he wants to trade me a Friedman BE 100 amp. Said he would throw in a volume pedal and a boost pedal, whatever the boost pedal he's talking about. But he wants to trade that for my Les Paul. And I kind of want to do it, man. Kind of want to do it. Yeah, no, I don't know who that guy is. I've never met him. There's another cool guy here. If you know, what was the band? I think he was the guitar player in an old metal band called Anacrusis. His amps are Rocket Retro amps or some shit like that. I would love to try his amps one day. They look like really cool old vintage Marshalls and shit. I'm gonna, I'm gonna go to Facebook now and look up this guy you're talking about. I just wonder if I've ever talked to him like in person and just didn't know who he was. Watch it be somebody I was trying to tell like what amps were good or something, you know? Like I'm trying to school him and he's like an actual amp designer. That would be hilarious. Let's see here. Oh, that doesn't look like him. I'll have to figure it out later. But yeah, it'd be cool to that'd be cool. Robert, what's up, man? Yeah, we must have just got back. It's like I've always wanted to try a Splon, but if he does the Splon trade, then I'll have to get some cash or something, because the value is not the same. Oh, cool. He's got one of those custom audio electronic boost line drivers he wants to throw in with a Morley Alligator volume pedal. The amp looks pretty sweet. It says Kushner on the back. I wonder if it used to belong to Dave Kushner. That would be crazy. Like, if I traded him for Dave Kushner's amp, that would actually be really fucking cool, man. I would, I definitely wouldn't mind getting my hand on his amps. That would be fucking sweet. And there's, it's a possibility it could be his, man. Yeah, I don't have a 412. What I'm doing is I'm going out of the Laney AOR into load boxes and cab IRs because I can't actually use loud amps where I live. So that's what I'm doing with that. Um, yeah, the Splons seem like I've never used them, but they seem like they got that tight 80s tone really going down because I mean, when so many of them have snakeskin toe legs, that's got to be what's happening. It's got to be that kind of vibe, right? Oh, you got an 18-watt plexi. I wonder, like the one you're building. Wonder how that compares to the Marshall, the 20-watt ones, because I haven't had the 20-watt plexi. I had the 20-watt 800, but the 20-watt 800 was it lacked the grunt and low end of the big boy amp, which I guess is going to happen because it's a smaller amp, but. Yeah, Dragon, the whole load box thing is really is a game changer, man. Back in the day, I would have been all just using like a katana and the HX stomp, which I got sitting right here, you know. I wouldn't have been able to use real amps. The 6 watt, man, that 6 watt one, not 6 watt, the 6 knob, I used to have that one, but it, trying to think how I used to dial that one. I would dial it, I think I had preamp volume 1 all the way up. Yeah, I plug the amp head into it, that's what I do. I'd have the preamp volume 1 all the way up, the master volume all the way up, and then the preamp volume 2 I would use as a like a low tightener. The more you bring it up, the more flubby the low end gets, and the more you back it off, the more bassy it gets. So that's how I would do that. Um, the 6 knob one, man, actually, I want to get another 6 because I have the 8. Well, I have the, actually, I think it was 9 because it has a reverb because it's a combo. But the 6 knob is the one that was in the Sleep video, the Dragonaut video. And I believe that's the one he used. That's the one Windhand used. I think. I'm not sure about that. I think Sword used the 6 knob one too. Could be wrong about that. But in my mind, I think they all used the 6. But if you're looking for like more of a doomy tone, then you probably want the 8 knob, just because it gets more of that flubbiness to it. Yeah, on that 800, I wonder if it had the small tubes or not. I'm gonna look that up real quick. I cannot remember if it had the small tubes or big tubes. I used to have the orange TH30 that had EL84s, but that amp was, it was killer, dude. That amp was actually kind of close to the flubbiness of AOR if you started cranking it. But you need like an EQ pedal for it because all it has is that mids knob. Wow. Have you ever had it looked at? Like, have you had it serviced? Because it seems weird that it'd be that bright. Are you using the push pulls, or are you just how are you setting your push pulls? But yeah, Dragon, I can just plug my, what it is, I plug my head into the load box, and my load box goes to the cab box. Run that into the interface, and then I can choose whatever cab I want to use. You pull the mids, and do you ever pull the bass out? Or does that one have a bass knob? I can't remember. Maybe like, I don't know, you've probably tried everything there is to try on it. Um, maybe try like pull in the bass, pull in the mids, pull all 3 of them, right? But take the presence, turn the presence all the way off, and put the treble like around 10 o'clock, and then fuck with the bass knob. It's weird because that, once you pull the knobs, they don't really work like a normal tone knob anymore. It's kind of strange. Or maybe just get like an EQ pedal, because those knobs are pretty finicky once you start pulling the boost. Like, I think when you pull the boost, the bass knob almost starts doing nothing, right? Like, it doesn't really change much. I could go back there and fuck with it right now. It's right there. I don't really want to though, but yeah, so the Studio Classic, which is the JCM 800 Mini, that has 2 EL34s. So it's got the big boy tubes, but it's lacking that the low mid grunt of the big 50 and 100 waters. Like it's close, but it's just not. It's not all the way there. Oh, that was there was some noise coming through that time, right? That was weird. So, how is the levels now? Dragon, you were here when I was having the problems before. Is the guitar and the vocal, the voice mic, are they better suited this time? Yeah, I don't know what was wrong the past couple times. I opened up the DAW today, turned it on, I looked at the levels, and then they were all like they should be. Just looking at the levels, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like it wasn't that way before. So, um, at least I figured it out. Means I can kind of start doing this more regularly now that the guitar is not like gonna blow your eardrums out, and the vocals aren't gonna whisper. Actually, what you could do, Dragon, I don't know what kind of amp you're looking for or what kind of amp you have, but if you get the Laney LA Studio, it's a 3-watt super group. Um, Still loud as shit, right? If you put it into a cab, it's still very, very loud. But it has all the load box IR stuff built in, so you could run it straight into an interface and not have to worry about any kind of cab situation at all. So if you wanted to play sometime and you needed to be quiet, but you also wanted a thick, buzzed, doomy tone, that would be the amp to use, man. I had borrowed one from a friend of mine for a while, and when he came to pick it up, I wanted to kick his shins, take his kneecaps out, man, and be like, "You can't have it back," because it was a good amp. But yeah, if I do a second Doom tutorial video, like I said, I finished the first one, but it's all based on the blues scale. But I would like to do something that's based more off the I guess it's Phrygian, maybe harmonic minor, doing the whole the E to F thing. Like a more exotic type of Doom tutorial, because the one I did is like I said, it's just it's kind of the more average one that everybody does. Because the blues scale is just so ingrained in Doom. I was like, if I'm gonna do one, the first one has to be a blues scale Doom song, just for people that are like learning to write. Maybe it'll give them a good boost But to do something a little bit more adventurous next time around would be nice. Maybe do like some Yob style riffing, because like he does those full chords that are just really like, there's a lot more to his chords. So it's like more like harmonically rich, I guess you could say. Um, but there's something to be said for both styles. You know, just the traditional, just kind of the whole Iommi thing. Like, who doesn't like to, just hear that? As soon as you hear that, you're like, yep, Iommi. Doing all that shit. So yeah, that'd be the fun stuff to do. But then, like, bands like Solitude Aeternus, I need a tighter tone. Hold on. Okay, oops, sorry. I gotta get a desk mount for this mic stand so I can put it out of the way, swivel it over. If I'm gonna start doing this a lot more. I have a floor mic, I just kick it a lot every now and then. But yeah, like the Solitude Aeternus kind is just... It's from the Master Reality album. See if I can remember how to play Yeah, Children of the Sun is great, man. I want to get the that box set they just released. Not just released, it's been out for a while. With all of the like the Tony Martin stuff. And it's cuz TYR, that is like one of my favorite Sabbath albums that nobody ever talks about, because it's, I don't know, it's just very underrated, but it's almost like a Viking power metal album, so it doesn't really sound very Sabbathy, but the songs are really damn good on that album. No, the damn, who was on that? I don't think it was Tony Martin. It might have been Gillian. Let's see here. I can't remember who the vocalist was on it. It was like right before I think it was right before Dehumanizer, when Dio came back and did that one album. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to see who. Yeah. Okay, so it was Tony Martin. Okay, so Tony Martin was the vocalist on it. Cozy Powell was the drummer, and Neil Murray was the bass player. And it looks like Brian May did some appearances on the tour for that album, as well as Geezer Butler and Ian Gillian. So that would have been a cool ass tour to go to. I guess like I'm reading some stuff about it now. It's a shame. Like if they would have called it what they were originally going to call it, um, it probably would have sold better because originally it was going to be called Satanic Verses, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because most of the stuff was based on like Norse mythology. So that's probably why they changed the title. But Satanic Verses might have helped it sell better. The purple one, do not get that book, man. Stay away from that book. I had it when I was a kid. Yeah, it was like purple and it had Tony on the cover. Yeah, that book was horrible. This one has some mistakes, but this is the cool one you could get. You could get this one, the Volume 4 book. It's a really cool book. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn the AOR mode off on this amp. I don't know if Robert's still here, but that should be close to his amp if I turn that mode off. So I got it set like your amp with just I do have a overdrive on. Let me turn the overdrive off so we can see what it sounds like without that. Okay, so I got all the boosts pulled. Preamp volume 1 is full up. Preamp volume 2 is like 2 o'clock. Trebles at 1 o'clock. The mids are at like 3 o'clock. And the bass is like 10 o'clock. And the presence is at noon. So I'm in C. So is that kind of how yours sound, or is yours still way more brighter? Yeah, Calico, they're not quite the sleepers they used to be. Man, they used to be $400 sleepers. Um, not anymore. The IR is it's called God's something. It's a 2 notes exclusive. So I don't know what you're using for yours. I'm gonna look at it and see what the actual speaker is. So maybe you could find like a similar cab if you're not using the two-note stuff. Yeah, I know it's not a V30 in the one I'm using. I think it's a K100. Um, I can't plug in my USB to look in my device to see what I have, so I'm trying to go through my history to find out what I got. It's called God's Brit K100, so it must be a K100 speaker. And I know that's a Marshall cab. I do know that much. When I got it, trying to go to the cab so I can see more details. Okay, it's a it's actually based off of a Mode 4. Is that what it is? MF 400 guitar cabinet. I guess that's the Mode 4, right? Um, it has K12 G12K 100 speakers in it. If I remember correctly, the Mode 4 is a 400 watt cab. So the fact that it's an AOR based off a 400 watt cab, that could be what's doing it. Let's see, go back over here. I used to have the Walpurgis, Volpurgis, I guess is how you say it. I had it. I liked it. It's not exactly like a laney supergroup, but it gets you in that tone, in that character. Um, the coolest way to use it, I guess, would be to take it and roll the knob all the way down, because then you're just getting the supergroup tone, and then hitting it with an actual treble booster, and then you can make it more versatile. But it's really cool because it can go from vintage tone all the way up to like a more modern metal tone. So it's definitely a good pedal. It's one worth trying out. So we're in 6-knob mode. So let's go ahead and try it with the muff, because I know how well it takes the muff on the AOR mode. But let's see how it does it on a 6-knob version. The cool thing about doing it in 6-knob version is it's not as noisy as an AOR. An AOR mode is stupid noisy. So I had to crank the muff up a lot more than I did with the AOR engaged, but it gets pretty close to the same characteristic. Steve's pretty good to deal with. Like if you send him a message on Facebook and be like, "Hey man, let me know when you're gonna have another batch," and he's usually pretty good about letting people know ahead of time, and then you can be prepared and ready for when they drop. That's kind of what I had to do when I got the Baghdad. Well, my wife got me the Baghdad for my birthday, but I was like, "Hey man, when are those coming?" Because I was gonna buy this other pedal. I was gonna get the DA120 from Magic Pedals, but I'd missed my Baghdad because I used to have it, and I was like, I'll just get that, and I'll get the DA120 later. So now I got to save up for that one, or get the Curo 120. That thing, if you're looking for a good pedal, get the Curo T120. That thing, probably one of the best like preamp pedals I've tried. It sounds the most, what is that? It sounds the most amp-like. I don't even know why I sold mine. I sold mine like an idiot. Like, I got it at Guitar Center. They had it for a pretty stupid price, but I was able to flip it and make like $100 off the deal, which is kind of why I did it. But then after I did, I was like, man, I still want that pedal. Yeah, the Curo, here, I'll put a link in the chat for you or something. They used to have like a big box version. Now they made it more pedal board friendly, but I like the big box version. Yeah, Curo is badass. Yeah, that's what I said, Curo. I really, how do I say this diplomatically? I prefer it leaps and bounds over the Fuzzlord attempt. Let's just leave it at that. Yeah, they have the Exegol, I think. I think they're the ones that do the Exegol. I'm on their website right now, I'll tell you. Yeah, they do the Exegol. I should have tried. Why did I never try that? I had the Model FET, but I never tried the Exegol. They have this other thing, like this weird fuzz filter, huge ass deluxe pedal. I want to try that. Let's see what this is, man. That thing looks really cool. So they have a Curo 1942, which is like a fuzz and a filter put in together. The fuzz has a volume and a fuzz knob. The envelope filter has attack, sensitivity, decay, and sweep, and then the filter is a frequency resonance level filter. And it has an effects loop and an expression pedal. That thing could be, man, yeah. I need to try that one day. That thing looks badass. Wish I knew more about OBS because I could screen share this. I need to learn how to do that because I could show you guys what I was looking at. But I don't know how to do that yet. Because I'm old. But yeah, I should learn how to do that. And then I could show you this pedal right here. I'm going to figure that out tonight. And next time we do this, I can screen share. I mean, I could Google it right now, right? How to screen share on OBS. Maybe I can figure it out. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, I'm gray-headed, so I think most of the people that watch my channel are probably old like me. So we're all probably a bunch of technical Luddites, you know. Okay, so if I was to do this, like this could make everything glitch and fall apart, but I am going to add a scene, okay? So let me go back to there. Because it's making things go black. Because it's just like a matter of adding a scene in there, and then I have to take that scene and make it a window capture. Um, but trying to do that right now is getting rid of the original screen. Like, I just want to make it work right. Yeah, that's famous last words right there. Just want to make it work right. Man, Robert, thanks for making me do this. I'm digging it on the 6 knob mode, man. Hitting it with the fuzz is just, it gives it more of the amp about to fall apart, collapsing on itself tone than the AOR mode does. But it's definitely cool. So let's do a. I bet I'm gonna get a strike for that, a copyright strike. But yeah, after doing that, I think Winhead did use it in the 6 knob mode version. I should look that up one day as well. Let's see, I'm gonna do something here. Just in case like I do this and it becomes more of a thing, I'm gonna make um I'm gonna make you two like moderators in case like I keep doing this and then like there's a lot of people here and I don't know what's going on. You guys could like keep things nice. Now if you type in the chat, your name should look different, I think. Like a blue wrench is what it used to be. I don't know what it is these days. Oh, fuck. How's that go? This is such a good amp. It makes me like I want to go sell this cuz I've got the Origin as my backup to the AOR because AORs are old. But I find myself using this more and more now that I find myself going back to the AOR mode. So if I sell this, maybe I could get another guitar. Or at least a good down payment on a guitar. Yeah, I need to crash at some point tonight too. I don't want to though, because I'm gonna have to like start. My work schedule is gonna change. Yeah, it's a cool riff. I need to get more hours. Like I only work 4 days a week because that's what I want to do, but everything costs so much money these days that I need to work 5 days now. So I'm gonna go to 5 days, but my new off days are gonna be Sunday, Monday. So I'll probably do these on Sundays and I don't know, like Sunday's probably a horrible day because everybody has to go to sleep to go to work. Maybe I could do it Saturday after work or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. As far as saucy riffs, if I can remember how it goes, I did that Iomi deified video, and the second riff in it is really cool. It's no, how's it go? Something like that. I can't remember how it goes, but it was such a cool ass riff. Yeah, you don't use I use a phone because like I always buy the cheapest laptops. So most of the time my laptops can't handle doing a lot of stuff. This one I got now is it's on the verge of being good enough, but it's almost not good enough at the same time. It's been a pretty good day here because it's been on the verge of raining all day, so it hasn't been that hot. How's that go? Yeah, that has to be like one of my yeah, you could be the timeout king for me. That has to be one of my favorite sword songs, man. The cool thing about that, if you put the Bauer power on instead of like a muff, there's that clean boost that's inside of it, and it can like really, it's weird. Like the SD side can tighten up the amp, but then you can loosen it up a little bit with the clean boost side. Straight to jail for sure. Yeah, so that's the Bauer power, but we got the overdrive turned all the way down. We got the clean boost side cranked kind of the way Jimmy Bauer uses his. So that same riff would be oh no, you got to do the like that. Yeah, it's a pretty good song, but I still get confused on the chorus because it doesn't do like a normal repetition, but it's not like a hard thing to learn. It's just you gotta memorize. It's so dumb. You only gotta memorize like 3 different things, but I can't memorize the 3 different things. Oh yeah, then after that it does the cool ass does that whole thing. That's definitely gonna get me in the bad boy in the bad boy pin at YouTube for playing the sword. The sword does not play. They will come after you for using their riffs in a video for sure. Every time I have, they've come after me quick. You can't be mad at them. You know, it's their riff, their music. They wrote it, so. Let's go. Can't remember that song. I haven't played that in forever, but yeah, that's another sword song. Yeah, cool, man. No problem. Um, Appreciate you coming into these whenever I do them because it's like I don't actually take the time to, I guess, announce it or whatever. I'm always like surprised, like anybody's here. I'm like, damn, I just turn it on and somebody showed up. That's pretty fucking cool. What is the would be the turn the volume because I don't remember how to play this. Yeah, it's something like something like that. What's it do after it does the yeah, that's a super knot right there. Sort of trying to do super knot. How's it go? That part I cannot remember how the rhythm of that goes. How's the second part of that go? Yeah, that's more how it goes. It's always like nerve-wracking to try to bust into something you haven't played in probably a year, and especially when people are there, you're like, well, fuck, I'm fucking that one up. Oh. I don't know. Fucking, I can't remember how that one goes, but it does the. Sorry, I didn't mean to cough on you guys, but yeah, it's the guitar is like probably one of the coolest instruments out there, just because of everything you can do with it. Um, I mean, with keyboards, they have like the vibrato wheel or whatever you want, whatever it's called, where you can kind of pitch the pitch wheel. But with guitar, you know, you're just. Then you can bring your tone knob back up, and all of a sudden you got a whole different sound. And then roll your volume knob down. And then you can just straight up. So yeah, it's like stringed instruments are always, to me, they're the most expressive. But piano, like when you hear somebody that can actually play the piano really well, you can't take any away from that, because those people are badass, man. Like a real good piano player is just, I can sit there and listen to them all day. And world instruments too, like world instruments can really make your mind work in a different way when you start trying to play one. It's very inspiring to do that. I can't remember how to play that. How's it go? Now you got. I can't remember how to play that fucking song. That was like one of the first songs I ever learned as a kid. Man, what the fuck? That's the problem when you get old. I haven't played Paranoid in probably 20 years. Now I gotta look up the tab. I think the last time I played Paranoid, I was actually playing the Randy Rhoads version though, which is like way different than the Iommi version. Something like that. But yeah, then people always try to palm mute the next part, but I don't think he really palm mutes the. Something like that anyway. Then there's where's this? We were talking about the TYR album earlier. There's a riff on that album that's really damn cool. Let's see if I can find it. What was it? Jerusalem? Was that the one I'm looking for? Yeah, definitely. That's not it, but it's funny because that's an E flat tune. But I'm not looking for Jerusalem. I'm looking for. Damn, what else was on the album? Like, there's a very specific song on that one that has a. It's like the most Iommi riff on the entire album, but I can't remember the damn song title name. Trying to see if I can find it. Let's go to the track list here. That'll help me find it. Actually, it's like an Iommi sounding riff, but it's also I can kind of remember it. It's something like that. But it's almost like a Danzig riff. An orange and body odor, you damn right. It was like, oh, I'm gonna quit bathing now. Was it the Lawmaker or Anno Monday? Oh man, the Sabbath Stones. Maybe it was the Sabbath Stones. Like it's an album I would tell everybody to check out just because it is kind of in a refreshing way to hear Iommi doing like Viking power metal stuff. Like his whole 80s output was really like kind of adventurous for him. Maybe it was Anno Monday. Yeah, it feels like it's Anno Monday. It's something like that, and it makes me think of what Her Black Wings, Dirty Black Summer, something like that. Then it goes to. No, it's Anno Monday. I could look up Zero the Hero though. I wonder if he just basically reused the part. Cannibal Corpse did a really good cover of that song. Yeah, Zero the Hero, that riff is very similar. How's that part go? Let me hit play on it and see. Yeah, damn, it's so fucking close. Damn. It's basically the same riff, dude. That is so cool. Yeah, go check out Anno Monday. You can probably find it on YouTube, but it's probably on Spotify now as well because they just finally re-released it. And those two riffs are very, 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 very close. Iomi just like totally ripped himself off. That's good stuff right there. But I mean, when you're the riff god, you've been writing metal riffs since 69. You know, it's you kind of get a pass, right? There's only so many riffs you can write in 40 years. I thought about putting this in C, but I don't know if I want to now. I don't know if I want to keep it in D. I don't really want to keep it in D though. I'd like to put it in E flat or a C sharp. But if I'm gonna go C sharp, I might as well go C, right? But the good thing about being D is you can do all the chuck from death. And see, that's my point about the Laney AOR. Like, the title of this video, man, I forgot I was even playing the Laney AOR. I kicked on it. It sounded metal as hell, and I'm like, man, I looked over at the HX Stomp to see which preset I was using, and I was like, I'm not. I'm using the Laney AOR. So yeah, it's for $700, it's one of the best amps you can find. You can find them for $700 now, I'm sure still. Guys are gonna try 13, but don't pay 13 for these things. Yeah, you're gonna repeat yourself after that long, man. And it's such a good riff. He was probably like, you know what? I'm using that again. I don't give a shit. Yeah. I think I'm probably gonna get off here too. I need to go take care of the dishes and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm close to Kansas. I'm St. Louis. I'm like probably what, 5 hours maybe. Yeah, I appreciate everybody that came out and sat here and shot the shit with me, man. Yeah, it's not too many Doom live streams out there, is there? So I feel like maybe that could be something that could work out well. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for popping in.